Welcome back, everyone. If you're into explosive action, high-stakes thrillers, and stories that keep you on the edge of your seat, this video is for you. January 2026 is packed with intense releases, from brutal survival journeys and futuristic AI trials to massive heists and non-stop shootouts. These aren't just action movies, these are full-blown adrenaline rides. So grab your popcorn, turn up the volume, and let's count down the must-watch action thrillers you can't afford to miss. Nearly 3 decades after the world ended, the survivors are no longer human in the way we remember. When civilization collapses for this long, people don't just survive, they transform. Now imagine a virus that doesn't just kill, but changes what's left behind. Years after the pandemic, humanity is taking its final breaths. In the ruins of abandoned cities, loyalty is no longer earned, it's bought with blood. A young survivor finds himself trapped between a ruthless gang, while on the other side, a doctor uncovers a secret that could either save what remains of the world or erase it forever. But the danger has doubled. The infected are no longer mindless monsters, they're evolving. What happens when this prey becomes smarter than the predator? Can science still save us? Or is this evolution the beginning of the end? If you want to experience the true terror of zombie and post-apocalyptic cinema, this movie is for you. The film is 28 years later, The Bone Temple, a terrifying horror thriller set to release in 2026. What happens when the people meant to uphold the law stumble upon a fortune in cash? How a single moment of temptation can turn years of loyalty into betrayal, that's what this story is about. During a raid in Miami, a team of cops discovers millions of dollars hidden inside an abandoned house. They think they've hit the jackpot, but in reality they have just signed their own death warrant. The moment the money appears, cracks begin to form within the team. Now the danger isn't just from the criminals waiting outside, it's from the partner standing right beside you. When millions are staring you in the face, does duty still matter? At what moment does a friend become an enemy? And who will stab who in the back? You won't know until the very end. If you enjoy high-tension drama and betrayal among friends, this one is a must-watch. The film is The Rip, a dark action crime thriller streaming on Netflix from January 16th, 2026. The world has already ended, but for those who survived, the real hell is only beginning. Imagine the bunker doors opening, and all that's waiting outside is total destruction. 5 years after a catastrophic comet impact, a family is forced to leave the safety of their underground shelter. Their only option is to cross a completely devastated Europe on foot. The journey is filled with death at every step. Toxic air, erupting volcanoes, and people who are no longer human but something far more dangerous. Their goal is to reach a place whispered about only in rumors, but does this safe haven truly exist? Or is it just another lie keeping hope alive? When the earth itself becomes your enemy, where do you run? Will this journey lead to a new life, or wipe out the last remaining hope forever? If you love end-of-the-world survival films, this sequel is bigger, darker, and far more dangerous than the first. The movie is Greenland 2: Migration, an epic post-apocalyptic action thriller. It was released in theaters on January 9th, 2026. Imagine your fate being decided not by a human, but by a computer. In the future, courtrooms no longer exist. Sentencing is handled by artificial intelligence. A respected detective is accused of murdering his own wife. He's strapped to a chair, facing a digital judge. The rules are brutally simple. He has just 90 minutes to prove his innocence. If his guilt score doesn't drop below the required threshold in time, the machine will execute him on the spot. Can a machine with no emotions be made to understand the truth? In this locked room race against death, who will win, the human mind or artificial logic? If you enjoy futuristic technology mixed with intense suspense, this film will blow your mind. The movie is Mercy, a gripping sci-fi action thriller released in theaters on January 23rd, 2026. Silence is your greatest weapon. A remote island, a violent storm, and one man hiding from the world until trouble finds him anyway. Living alone deep in the wild forests of Scotland, a mysterious man rescues a young girl from a brutal storm. What he doesn't realize is that she's not alone. She's carrying death with her. His hidden life is shattered when enemies from his past finally track him down. Now he must protect the girl not only from nature's fury, but from heavily armed killers closing in fast. Can one man stand against an entire army? When ghosts from the past come knocking, there's no escape, only the choice to fight. If you enjoy Jason Statham's raw, hard-hitting action mixed with an emotional survival story, this film is for you. The movie is Shelter, a powerful action thriller released in theaters on January 30th, 2026. What if your classroom was a battlefield, and your homework meant taking a life? Imagine a school where you're not taught history or science, but the art of killing. A secret government program takes in orphaned children and turns them into the world's deadliest weapons. But years later, those weapons awaken. One former student, now a high-level assassin, decides to destroy the very organization that stole her childhood. What follows is a brutal showdown between teacher and student, as a bloody war erupts from the shadows. When the people hunting you are the same ones who taught you how to fight, how do you win? Can she break free from this deadly system? Or will this become her final mission? If you're into non-stop, high-impact action, this is a movie you don't want to miss. The film is The Internship, a powerful action thriller released in 2026 and available to stream on Paramount Plus from January 13th. A thief no one can catch. No fingerprints, no evidence. He moves like air, and in seconds he's gone, taking millions with him. The story follows a master jewel thief planning the biggest and final heist of his life. He believes he's untouchable, that this time nothing can go wrong. But everything changes when his path crosses with a woman trapped in troubles of her own. At the same time, a relentless detective is tracking his every move. Now, this is no longer just a game of stealing, it's a fight for survival. Will this be his perfect masterstroke or his biggest mistake? When the hunter becomes the hunted and every exit is closed, is a perfect crime still possible? If you love mind-bending heists and fast-paced chase sequences, this movie is a must-watch. The film is Crime 101, a gripping crime thriller releasing in theaters on February 13th, 2026.